on another little adventure. So my wife's behind me in my new air truck with the trailer hooked up to it. I'm gonna pick up something for the shop, and when we get over there, I'll show you what we got. It's gonna be pretty cool. Something I've needed for a long time in the shop, and yeah. All right, everybody. I'm over in Irving, Kentucky, Estill County. It's about 45 minutes away from the house, and we're at a place here called the Burger Barn. It's a pretty legendary place out here. It's been voted in the top 5 burger places in Kentucky. But I came over for a different reason, and I want to introduce the new ride to the channel. So 3500 Dodge. Most important people with me there. There we go. So I'm gonna show you what I came over here to get. Backwards here, but if this will give a little indication of some things. So I'm trying not to spend very much money. I'm redoing the shop and getting it going, but I've never had a 2-post lift. So that's, I come over here, bought this off of the guy over here. It's a Weltronics Limited. Looks like it's made in Canada. It's a used 2-post lift. Guy I bought it off of, I kind of know him through one of my employees. Good dude, takes real good care of his stuff. Got some old hot rods and things like that. And he was downsizing his place and sold his place and everything like that. So he was selling this, and I bought it off of him for what I think is a pretty good deal. So we come over to pick it up today, and I'll get it back in the shop when I get down there. We're going to eat us one of these famous hamburgers, and like if you're ever in Irving, come over and try this place out. Everybody I've ever known that's ate here has loved it, and so come give it a try, and I'll get back on here later when I get home with the lift. I ain't gonna get it put up today, but we'll go from there. But like I say, here's the new ride. That's why I was selling some of the stuff. This replaces 2 or 3 vehicles for me. And so yeah. See you in a minute. Alright, so top 5 burger places in So top 5 burger places in Kentucky. The Burger Barn in Irving, Kentucky. What do you think about it? It's good stuff. Real good stuff. I mean, look at that. I've done took a bite. Fries, slaw. I got some jalapeno poppers. Pretty good stuff. She got a hot dog, chili, and the hams
eating a french fry.
So, all right, guys. So it's about midnight, give or take, Tuesday night. Coming back out to the shop for a little bit. I've been out here working a little bit. I want to show y'all something, and it's pretty good. So here we go. I got motherfucking lights, son. Oh yeah, I got lights. There's 12 high bay LED lights, and yeah, it's not as bright as I was expecting it to be in here. So I think I'm going to add some more. But yeah, we have lights. Lights. And I got this stinking thing unloaded by myself. Picked it up today. Probably a week or so before I get time to get it put up. But new to me lift. I started all this, clean this garage out, get it kind of remodeling it. Kind of wanted it to be one of them deals where didn't spend a bunch of money on nothing. But I've sold a bunch of stuff. I've got rid of a bunch of stuff. So that was a definite purchase that needed to be done. It needed to be done 100%, for sure. It needed to be done. So like I said, it's about midnight out here. I've bought a new fuel pump Manual fuel pump, stock fuel pump replacement for the 50 Ford from Speedway. Now I have never replaced one of these. This is my first ever flathead. I've never replaced one before, and I'm going to attempt to do this. I'm gonna try to do it tonight if I can, if I don't run into any problems. There's some place we want to take the 50 Ford to. Me and Chris was wanting to take it in a few weeks to a little event that we're wanting to drive it there. So, and I say it drives right now. It starts up and runs and drives. But if you park it on a hill or any kind of anything like that, it will not start. I mean, you have to ether it to get it to start back up, and it's a big hassle. So two things could be the problem. Either the fuel pump is going bad, or I was told that the shaft that goes down onto the cam that turns the fuel pump, that can go bad or get wore really bad. So I bought a new shaft, bought new fuel pump, bought new everything that it needed to rebuild that part of it. And there again, the cam might be wore. The cam gear down there might be wore also, is another problem. Might be causing it not to pump enough fuel. So I might be doing this for nothing. But if that's the case, I also bought electric fuel pump, which I should probably go ahead and put this on, but I'm trying to keep it, I like to keep it as, I ain't worried about stock, but I like to keep it, kind of stock running. I will put the fuel pump on it if I have to. I have even been told by a few dudes that have that run these cars, that they run the factory fuel pump, but they have a electric fuel pump that they will prime the carburetor with and things like that. So that might be how I set it up. So you turn the key on, flip a switch, prime the carburetor, get fuel going up into the filters and everything like that, shut it back off, start the car. So might do that. That's if the fuel pump's weak. If this new fuel pump is not weak, I mean, if this is not the fuel pump shaft and the cam gear in there is not bad, that's what we'll do. So if I'm misrepresenting anything that I'm saying here, I've never worked on one of these before. My first flathead, like I said. I'm going to attempt to get this thing done here. So I will try to film this. I don't have a tripod. I'm just holding this thing in my hand. I don't have a tripod or a gimbal or anything like that. But I'm going to try to get y'all in here and let's get this done. Let's see. I'll show you this fuel pump. So what I got here. I've had this bought for and also something else I have found that is very difficult is to film this while holding this camera and doing everything with one hand. But here is fuel pump. And here it goes. For anybody that don't know these cars, it goes right there. Same thing. So I bought that, and I bought gaskets for it, and I bought there's other stuff in here. This is the shaft. I got the shaft. Fuel pump push rod, 4953 Ford. And these are Offenhauser fuel pump rod bushings, 4953 Ford. Part number 560-52664. This is a part number 560-52662. I'm not sure what brand that is, but I got all this stuff from Speedway. And also, I've had no problem with this car overheating when I've been driving it. No problems at all. I did get two 160-degree thermostats. I've got them just because, you know, I'm not sure what's in this car. I don't know if this has got you know, the 185, you know, thermostats in or not. I'm not sure. I'm going to change them. They do not leak. I've not had any problems with them so far. Got them just because I was already ordering stuff, and they're fairly cheap, and just to have them. So when something does happen, I've already got them. What else? I have an overflow tank that I'm going to put on this car for the radiator. I started mucking with it out here a little bit yesterday. Where I want to put it at is not going to work where I want it to be. I don't want to modify at this point. Now, later on down the road, this car's getting bagged and chopped and you know, we mini truckers call it body drop, but sectioning of not the body of the car, but the floor of the car, body dropping the car once I get the chassis done for it and all that good stuff. So there again, I'm not trying to keep it stock, but I also don't want to come in here and cut up everything. This car is really, really a good car. I mean, I don't want to come in here and just start butchering on it and putting a bunch of sheet metal screws in it to hold something that, you know, is not there. So I'm gonna figure out a way to mount it to where it you know, doesn't look bad. So, or not doesn't look bad, but doesn't tear up anything. Because there again, I can sell those inner fender wells whenever I get start, you know, doing the thing to it. Whenever that may be, I can sell the inner fender wells to somebody that is wanting to restore one. This car's in that good a shape. Someone that is restoring one, they may want those inner fenders. They may want, you know, the stock stuff that's I'm going to be removing at some point later on down the road. With that said, I'm going to try to get this fuel pump on. I will try my best to film it. There again, I don't have anything to. All these guys I see on TV that are doing, or on YouTube that are doing this stuff, have like magnetic things and tripods and, you know, things to hold their cameras in place, but I don't have any of that yet. I have been looking for some things. I had a couple guys recommend me a couple things that I can use, but I don't have any like LED drop lights. Me and Chris was talking about those today. I need to get me a few of those things, just whether I'm filming or not. I need some stuff out here to, as I say, been 8 years or give or take, you know, things have changed. Like everything's gone to LED lights. Now I have I used to have an old drop light in here somewhere. I think I may have chucked it. It was pretty bad shape, but you know, the old house bulb in the thing, and you hang it up and there it is. But they got these things now that you can put under your hood. They strap from one side to the other, and it just slide under the whole hood of the vehicle for you. And they use, you know, 18 volt, you know, 20 volt batteries, you know. So we're going to get into getting some of those things too. So, but I still got a long way to go before I do that. Something else y'all may not have seen if you don't know me personally and haven't been here to the shop. This is my Harley. Let me walk around here. This is my Harley. I've had this, gosh, a long time. Got a little thing on there about my brother. But this was painted by James Bondo, James Maggard. Get on Instagram. I think it's James Bondo on Instagram. It's root beer pearl. It's a factory Harley color. He did the pinstriping on it. And did pinstriping on that. And this is all hand painted. That's not a sticker. That's pretty cool. Had this in the next room over there. He did this too. And but it's dirty. It's just been in storage for a little bit. I haven't even got out to ride or anything. But this thing, this little chopper here, we're getting ready to get down on it. So I got a buddy on Turner Cycles down in Florida. I'm taking this back to him in a couple weeks, maybe next week. I've had this bike. I know it's a big bike, long chopper, big back tire bike. Kind of not really the thing right now, but listen, I love this bike. I've had this bike a long time. I'm going to get it back on the road, and I want to ride it before the end of this summer. There's no way that I'm going to be able to get this bike done by the end of this summer. He's assured me that he can make that happen, and so I'm going to take it to him. You know, he's that's all he does is build motorcycles for a living. And we've worked out a deal on it, and it's going to be a pretty cool bike. Like I say, it's about 9 feet long, give or take. And I'm gonna get this thing back on the road. I've had it for probably 2011, maybe. Got out on it with some buddies that hopefully, you know, watching this, that you're with me that day. And it had different wheels and things on it before, and it was a riding motorcycle. And we got out and stopped to fuel up. Pulled out of the gas station parking lot, and as you do, fucking gouge on it, and broke the hub on the rear wheel. Like all the bolts just broke off in the rear hub. So that's when we did this. We tore it down. There was some things on the back I didn't like. I bought it the way it was, and I didn't like the way the rear fender was, didn't like the tail light, didn't like the license plate, didn't like the seat placement, didn't, you know, but the rest of the stuff I left alone because I did like the way it was, but tore all that apart. And this is where it still sits 11 years later. I'm just going to get it on the road, so I'm going to pay my friend to do it and get it on the road for me so that way I can enjoy it. And it's not sitting here as if I don't do that, I'm gonna hang it up in the fucking ceiling and be shop art. But I'm gonna get on this fuel pump, and if I can figure out a way to set this camera up. And there again, it's not very bright in here, not very bright under the hood. But what y'all think about the lights? What y'all think about that? I did all that myself, wired them and everything. Like I say, it's fucking great bright in here. It's great, but it's not as bright as I was expecting it to be. So we are gonna work on that. So all right, I'm gonna get to this, figure it out. All right, guys, there it is. Came right off. It's got a little barb fitting on one side. I'm sure that's not stock. Somebody's cut into the little brass line there. Just rubber hoses on it. Probably not the right way to do it, but it works. There's the inside of it. You can see that. It's got a little rocker type deal up inside there. Yeah, came off pretty easy. 2 nuts and came right off. So let's lay this over here on the side. Let's get back on this new one. All right, guys. So here's the. So it doesn't look like it's even got a gasket on it. Well, that probably doesn't take a gasket. Maybe still be on the old carburetor. But here's the shaft. I mean, it doesn't look worn. It's not to say that it's not, but it's been in there a minute. Let's see if I can get over in there. Hell, I can just use the phone. Look down in there now. I don't know. You can kind of see that liner deal down in there. I'm not sure if I can get that out of there. With this in the car. There may be a trick to it. I don't know it, but I'll see if I can get that out of there. And if I can't, we'll proceed anyways. All right, guys. Now, there is a difference in these two. It's not a length thing. Let me get the, like I say, I'm trying to do this one-handed. See that? That's got a little groove on the top. And this one, well, let's say they're the same length. I've already checked the length of them, but that little shoulder is higher on the new one than the old one. Now, does that make a difference? You line those shoulders right there up, they're dead nuts even. These in here still off. I'm not sure. Try her out. Don't even go down in there far enough. Okay, back up and punt. Let's see if we can even. Now I'm going using the damn camera to see down in here because I get my big ass over in there to get that out of there. I'm not sure how easy that's going to come out of there, to be honest with you. I don't know. Try something else. There's probably some flathead Ford aficionado that's just do this and it comes right out. Well, shit, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm trying to think of what else I can get to get down in there and get that thing out of there. I would try a magnet, but I don't believe that'll pull out of there that easy. It's a liner to keep that shaft straight. I'm trying to figure out another way to do it. So if you know how to do it, put it in the comments. Maybe you'll help somebody that don't know how to do it like myself, because I have looked it up. I can't really find anything that's would make this go any easier. So put it in the comments. Let me know how you get that thing out of there. So I got this little peg deal here. See if I can do anything to get this. That's too wide to go in there. I'm sure there's a trick to getting this out of here, but if not, I'm just going to put the shaft in it, and because I am going to have to wait till tomorrow anyways, because my dumb ass took the whole deal off. Well, I had to, technically, to get the shaft and stuff out, but I technically didn't have to take that out if I was just replacing the fuel pump. So I don't have a gasket, so I'm gonna have to go see if I can find one tomorrow and go from there with it. So if not, I'll just have to order one from Speedway, but I would like to get that sucker out of there. So if anybody knows how to get that, hold on, let me show you the new part, what to do with it. Let's see, right here. So this is the liner. There again, doing this one-handed. This is the liner. This is what I'm trying to get out. This is what holds that off. This goes on the cam, moves up and down, moves that, makes that fuel pump fuel. But I'm trying to get this out of the motor and not having any luck. So try something else. Keep moving forward. I've taught my kids you got to be 10% smarter than what you're working with. So either this thing is, this little piece of metal here is smarter than me or something. But I'm sure there's an easy way to get this out of here. I'm just not efficient with these motors. I don't know a lot about them, and I'll figure it out though. All right, guys, so I was gonna Let's go ahead and shove this, put this thing in here. And I shoved it in here, put it in, let it fall down in this little hole there with a little liner in it. Did it without the camera on a second ago. I was wanting to check it, but look at the slop in this thing. I don't think that's supposed to be like that. So I think that little liner that's in there is wore out. So it needs to be replaced, because if you put it in, put this liner in this thing, like, there's no side-to-side movement in that at all. Like, you can't move that up and down, yeah, but you're supposed to, but side to side, that's in there pretty tight, so that might be an issue. Now, again, it may not be. I don't know. This is not this is my first time, so I'm going to back up and punt. I'm going to come back to this tomorrow because I don't have a gasket to put it back together with anyways. I'm going to look around, see if I can figure out how to get that liner out of there, because that I don't know. We'll try again tomorrow. All right, guys. So it's the next day in the evening, and I've posted a few things on some flathead forums and stuff on Facebook. Everybody says not to fuck with that thing without the engine out of it, without this little collar shaft liner, they call it. Everybody's telling me not to mess with it, just replace the shaft and put the fuel pump back in it. So that's what I'm going to do. But I don't have the I got the gasket for that goes right here. I did not get the gasket that goes on the bottom. So I'm gonna order that from Speedway. Get that coming. Get that on this coming weekend. But I'm going to get this old red bike, this old chopper loaded up, as I'm taking it to my buddy's house, my buddy's shop down in Daytona, Florida. I'm going to take it down Sunday night, early Monday morning. I'm going to be down there hopefully midday Monday morning, do a turn and burn, get back up here Tuesday, spend the night Monday night, come back Tuesday, hopefully hang out with him a little bit. Something we don't get to do enough is hang out with each other. So I'm gonna get back on the Ford. Hopefully by the time I get back, the gasket will be for the fuel pump stand gasket, is what they call it. Fuel pump stand gasket will be here. Get that put on on the Ford, so I can have it. And I got like 2 weeks. So we're taking it somewhere in a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Hopefully I can get it back together. So I'm gonna get this thing loaded up, this big old chopper. This thing loaded up with all the parts and everything I need for it, because I'm gonna I leave tonight. Today's Wednesday. I'm gonna leave tonight about 9:30, 10 o'clock. It is right now like 6 o'clock. To head down to Slade, to the restaurant, to work. Wednesday night, get everything ready. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday night, I'm gonna have a bag packed, heading to Florida. First thing in or leaving out here Sunday night, as soon as we get done at the restaurant. Try to get as far as I can. Try to get to Chattanooga or down into Dalton, Georgia, somewhere in that country there. Spend the night. Get up early the next morning, head on down that way. That's my plan. So I'm gonna get this thing loaded up. I'll try to video it. Like I say, I'll video it best I can. I try to do this shit without any kind of tripods or any kind of stuff. I'm gonna get me one at some point, but right now I don't have anything, so I'll see if I can get Crystal. Maybe I can get Crystal to video it for me. It should be pretty comical. I'm gonna put it in the back of a pickup truck. I ain't gonna load it on a trailer or anything like that. I'm gonna put it in the back of my truck. I've loaded my Fat Boy in there and many times. Have had no problems, but this bike's quite a bit longer, so I hope it don't high center on me. Then I got to gather up all the parts and all the pieces and everything that I've had for this bike, I've collected for this bike over the years. things I've made for it, things I've bought for it, things of just different stuff that I've had for it, that it came on it when I first got it, that, you know, I'm just going to send with him, see if he wants to use them for something else later down the road. But anyways, I'm going to get after it. All right, hold on. I want you to come video the back, getting it, because if anything funny is going to happen, it's going to happen while I'm loading this son of a bitch up. So it should be good times. Look how pretty she is today.
Is that the bike, or are you happy to see me?
That's a lot of motorcycle. You guys think trying hard enough?
Let me see your muscles.
Man, it's a lot of motorcycle. Okay. There.
Here, I will help.
God dang.
It was that last little push.
Got it. Thank you, my love. All right, guys, we got this thing strapped down, loaded up. Got everything in here, got my ramp in there. I got all the extra parts and stuff in here. The old parts that came off of it. The new parts and some new parts in there too that we're gonna put on it. So, I'm gonna end this video here. I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to edit this thing tonight and get it put up. But that's where we're at. Work on the Ford. Work on the old 50 Ford. Work on it some more. Probably not next week, because I'm gonna run this bike down to Daytona and back. Monday, be back Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning in the AM Wednesday morning. Probably won't mess with this thing next week, so I don't know if I'll even be out here next week at all. But the biggest deal is this thing's finally getting something done to it. I've owned this thing since 2011. It has been sitting for probably 10 years. Rode it there for a little bit, broke it, took it apart, never put it back together. My fault, completely my fault. But it is what it is. Now I'm gonna take it to a professional guy that does this for a living. He's originally from Breathitt County here. We kind of made friends over the internet. He's had some bikes in some magazines, and good dude. Come up and visited me a few months back. I showed him the bike, and we talked about what he's want to do to it. And I'm just now being able to get time to get down there and take it to him. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with it. I'm going to just let him do what he wants with it. I mean, the frame and everything's going to be, the scale of the bike's going to be the same. The tank's going to be the same. Not sure about the bars yet. I'm going to let him worry about that. Let him figure out what he wants to do with it. But if they're the same, I'm okay with it. But the rear fender, the seat, the way the seat mounts, the oil tank, we're going to have the bike stripped down and powder coated, have the frame powder coated and everything. We may or may not keep this set up. I put this on here once I broke the hubs. Like what happened is I broke all these bolts here. There's 1, 2, 3, 6 bolts in there on that old rim that used to be on it. Sheared them all off, and this was the hub was just in there spinning. It was just ripped it in two. So I put that thing on it. We may not keep that. I've never run a drum belt drive deal like that before, but I'm like to say we'll see what we end up with. I know it's going to be cool either way, and yeah. So let's get in the house, get a little bit of rest, a couple hours, head down to Slade. Just get some briskets on, get some. I cleaned all. To get some other stuff done, but I cleaned the Dodge out, cleaned the Cadillac out. They're going away tomorrow, hopefully on Thursday. Guy's supposed to come pick them up. He's buying like a package deal from both of them. So yeah, y'all got to see quite a bit of stuff this week. It's the first time I've tried to like make little different videos, and we're going to try to put them all together if I can figure out how to do it. If not, we'll back up and punt like we always do. We'll figure it out. But thank you all for watching and hanging out with me, and thanks to Crystal for helping me today. And yeah, good times. So get out in the shop, get some shit done. I don't know. I'm not the best person to preach to people about being out the shop, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm hoping to do is influence some people to get out and get some stuff done. I'm gonna try to get out on this thing, this old Harley here. Try to get it to get out, get a few miles on it this summer. I haven't been on it all this summer. I rode a little bit in the spring, but haven't been on it all this summer. Got a guy supposedly coming to get the Mazda project, little Mazda deal. I put it up for sale. Little Mazda deal. He's supposed to be coming getting it in the little white Cougar. And I also have a dude supposedly come to look at the Suburban. If they sell, they sell. If they don't, they don't. It is what it is. But we will cross that bridge when we get there. So get out there in the shop, get some stuff done. If you can't get something done, find somebody that can do it for you, like I'm doing with this. This stuff sitting around ain't doing nobody any good. And the last thing I want to do in my life is you know, if I gotta die and unexpectedly or expectedly, whatever, and all this shit sitting in here, and I don't have to leave it with Crystal to fuck with. So I'm gonna get this stuff for it runs, drives, sell what I don't want, keep what I want to keep, and if anything ever happens to me, by God, she can sell it and have a good life. So, but anyways, I know that's a little morbid thought to think about, but it is what it is. I see a lot of people that sales that they've passed away and their family has to take care of all their stuff and end up giving it away for nothing. And I'm kind of putting this stuff and documenting this stuff in a way where if something does ever happen to me, that she knows what she's got here and with all my tools and things like that, and she knows she don't get to have to sell it for dirt cheap. She'll know what she's got. So, but there again, morbid thought. Get your side-by-sides out. Let's go get them dirty. Get your Harleys out. Let's get them, whatever we do to Harleys, polish on them and clean them up. Things like that. But get your mini trucks out and drag the piss out of them. Get your Volkswagens out. Do whatever Volkswagens do. Get your Jeeps out. Do Jeep things. Just get out and have some fun. And with what you've got, you work hard for it. I know I do. And let's get out and have some fun with this stuff. And I want to see some burnouts on that brand new tire. 10, 11-year-old brand new tire. This has never had a mile put on it. Look in here, 11 years old, still got the knobs on it. So we're gonna remedy that. So, anyways, y'all have a great weekend. I'm gonna go get some rest and get started smoking some meat. Be at the restaurant Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Follow us on Instagram, Thatcher Barbecue Company. On Instagram, Thatcher Barbecue Company on Facebook. We have a Pit House page on TikTok. Thatcher. Let's see, I'm trying to remember my Instagram page. It's Pitmaster or Thatcher Pitmaster at TBC. I think's what it is on Instagram. Get on there and follow me. Fab That Inc. on Instagram is the garage page. Thatcher Fabrication on Facebook's the garage page. Get on there and follow us. Follow me. Chris was going to try to, I think, maybe come in here and help me video some of this shit because it's hard to do this stuff with one hand. And plus, I like having her around. So, anyways, let's get out there and get after it, guys. Love y'all. Have a great weekend. Come see me if you can. If you can't, get on there and follow me. Love you. Bye.